All right, so hello, this is Mathieu from blastbeatscore. We are here with another feature, another interview. With me is Chris, and yeah, hi there. Nice to meet you. Thanks for taking your time. And yeah, my first question is, who are you? What band are you playing in? What music do you play? What instruments?
My name is Chris. I'm in a band called Woe. We're a black metal band from the United States, from the New York area. I am live, I play guitar and vocals. On the last album, I also played drums for all but 90 seconds of it. And then since the band started about 17 years ago, I've written essentially everything. And yeah, I started as a solo project and it's gradually become a full-time band.
And is there other bands you're in where you're playing like full-time drums?
Yeah, I drum in a death metal band called Glorious Depravity with the two of the other Woe members are the guitarist and bassist in that band.
So now I would like to know your origin story with blastbeat. So when did you hear your very first blastbeat? When did you try out playing them the first time? How did you get into like the more extreme metal stuff?
I first encountered blastbeats in a way that I remember in high school. So I was probably 15, 14, 15, somewhere around there, and I'm 40 now. First band that I remember that it sunk in might have been Spaz, who were a power violence band from Bay Area, and they're kind of like a punk, grindcore, hardcore hybrid. And that was the first band that I heard that I noticed that something's going on. I was playing drums at the time, and I didn't know what it was called. I just knew it's the thing where you like real fast, right? And I wasn't very good. Couldn't really play very well. And then, I got into Assuck, another classic American grindcore band. Yeah, I mean, the blastbeat was kind of a feature of a lot of the music that I listened to then. I was, I came up through punk, right? It's like I got into punk, I got into hardcore, I got into, and then I got into like metal through that, like all in high school. And then, before I knew it was in everything I was listening to. I got into Nile. I got into Dying Fetus. I got into this band Dystopia, or this crusty, vaguely death metal at times, like heavy band. So yeah, it was just kind of everywhere.
Yeah,
it's just kind of everywhere. And then it, gradually, I got older. The internet became a bigger thing. I learned what it was called. I started learning how to do it.
Yeah.
I got into black metal still in high school, and then it just, gradually I just pursued it more and more.
And do you have like a favorite type of blastbeat to play, like certain style, certain speed, or?
Yeah, so for me, for Woe, the sweet spot is in the like 165 to 180 BPM area. So it's right at the speed where you probably, everything is 1 foot with Woe. We're a 1 foot blast band. Just the typical, what I always think of as the Euroblast, dip-bat, but, faster. So that for me is the sweet spot. But it's been a long time. As I'm getting older, I've really come to appreciate the hammer blast, bomb blast. Woe these days incorporates a lot of bomb blasts. It's a really important part of the vocabulary. And especially playing as a death metal drummer, it's very important to what I do. So yeah, I kind of adapt. You know, I find the blast beat is a lot more. You can do a lot more with it than I think people give it credit for. I like to adapt to the needs of the song, the needs of the riff.
My last question is like, do you have an Woe album and also another album you would like to know the blast beat score of?
Yeah, I'd really like to know the last Woe album, Hope Attrition. No, I'd like to know the first album, A Spell for the Death of Man. When that came out, I heard from a lot of people it was too many blast beats. I still hear that. That's a goal for Woe, is too many blast beats.
That's a good goal.
I like it to be excessive. I think black metal should be extreme and excessive and exhausting. So I would like to know about the first album. I did that as a solo project when I was 23, and I'd like to know what that is.
And also another album from like another band?
Yeah, you know, my favorite, one of my biggest influences is Dawn from Sweden. Kind of a band on the cusp of black metal and like a melodic death metal. They're probably like one of the 3-4 biggest influences on Woe, both melodically and sonically, but especially rhythmically. And they are another Too Many Blast Beats band.
Oh, I see.
And I would love to know their album Slaughter Sun. Is their classic, and I would love to know the score of that one. I'm sure other people would as well.
Okay, I don't know the band yet or the album, but I will definitely have a listen. So, thank you very much. Thank you for taking your time.
Thank you for taking the time.
And also, I'm very looking forward to your show afterwards.
Glad you're here.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.